MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go. Just another day on the couch, talking about all the problems of today. Welcome back to another episode of Just Therapy. I am your host, comedian Sean Boyd, and it's another beautiful Monday evening. Y'all, let's get it. Oh my gosh, let's get it. Listen, I hope you had a great work Monday, but if you didn't, we are here to end your Monday off on the couch with some therapy, and you already know what it is. As always, I got my co-host with the Moses in the building, Miss B. What's going on with you, sis?
Okay, good.
You won't lie.
Greetings. Hi, how are you guys? Hey, bro, how you doing? Stop shaking your head at me. It's been a day.
What's going on, sis?
Just trying to make it. Just working on making it.
There you go. That's the best way to do it. You already know what's going on with me. The sun is in my eyes, but we will get through it, you know, how we do. So listen, we got another great episode on deck for you. Real quick, big shout out to last week's guest, Bracka Getz. Go with
yeah.
Bracka Getz, author. Mm-hmm. Really good episode. Make sure you check it out, man. It was a really good episode. Her story was definitely dope. So check it out. If you ain't watch it, make sure you go back and watch it, or just listen to it on Spotify. Either way, we cool with it either way. But share the episode. It was a great episode. But this week, we got another fire guest for you in the building already. BBC. He is the founder of Yoga Misfits. Make some noise. I don't want to pronounce your first name wrong.
We gonna get to that, but let's go here. I understand. I'm gonna get to that. I appreciate.
You gotta say your name.
Arana Lynch. Y'all make some noise.
You got it right. You got it right. You know? Yeah. First take. I like him, man. All right. Yeah. Easiest way to pronounce my name. Keep it real simple. Think of the fish piranha. Take off the P. You got Arana. So. Anybody had any issues, remember or pronounce and think of the fish piranha, take off the P.
Hey, I just went for it and looked like I just pronounced it the way it looked. And I was like, I mean, if it worked, it worked. If it don't, he'll correct me. You know what I'm saying?
It works. All right. That's a good sign. You got the sun shining in your face, brother.
Always. And as y'all know, the other co-host, the real co-host in the building, she got to be here to say what's up.
Hey, Mama.
Hey.
All right.
How are you?
Let's get into it. Mr. Lynch, man, thanks for coming to the couch, man. So,
thanks for having me. I appreciate, guys invite me out for, some free wine and some conversation. So, free wine conversation, you can't ever turn that down.
Word.
You really can't. That's always a good combination, right? So, let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. So, what made you fall in love with yoga?
Oh man, well, we got 20 minutes, right? Well, I want to do this, see if I can do this in 5 minutes. So back in 2018, I went to Thailand. All right, that was my dream vacation, flew all the way there. I had the time of my life. You want to hear some good overseas stories when you catch me for more wine and conversation that's not on camera. We can talk about 2 hours about that. But I got back from my dream vacation. I looked at my beach pictures. I'm on James Bond Island. And for those who don't know, I actually am a car salesman. I'm not doing yoga. My picture, I look like a car salesman. You know, I had a car salesman gut. You know what I'm saying? The car salesman. I just say my beach pictures ain't look right. So I said, you know what? I need to do something about do something about this. So that next month, my birthday's in December, January 1st, I do what everybody else do. New Year's resolution, I'm getting in shape. What is it? $10 down, $10 a month, Planet Fitness.
Yeah, man.
I was going twice a week, doing my little cardio, trying to do some weightlifting. Not much, because I was known for partying, not exercising. All right, that's a whole other story there. And a couple months into it, I'm at a party, and this young lady said, you should come to yoga with me in the morning. And of course, like most men, I'm not coming to no yoga class, or we lift weights. That's what I do. I don't do, that women's stuff. That was my response, that women's stuff.
Right.
After about some arm twisting, I was convinced to come to it. I said, you know what? I'll be there tomorrow morning. I give it a shot. And I get there, and I get to class, and the teacher comes. She's locked up. She's got muscles and then arms. I'm like, this the yoga teacher, the lady with the muscles here? I said, this don't look like what I'm thinking what yoga is.
You're talking about Stephanie.
Yeah, right. So I ain't thinking, so I tell her, I don't know. I'm not flexible. Know nothing about this yoga thing. Her response was, you'll be fine. Turned out that was the hardest thing I've ever done physically at that moment. It was like, wait a minute. I thought we was going to just be, and that's what I'm picturing. And I'm holding planks. I'm sweating. My body's like, man, what the fuck? Can we allowed to cuss on the show?
Yeah.
All right, my body like, what the fuck? All right, what
all the time.
Like, what the fuck? And so, of course, and I teach, I tell you later, I say take ego out of it. Of course, me being a man, my ego took over. Like, oh, this lady ain't breaking me. I'll be back next week.
Right.
And I showed up the following week. And before I know it, it's been 6 weeks straight. I'm calling my boys like, hey, man, y'all should come try this yoga thing I've been doing, man. I'm telling you, I know y'all lift weights, but take my word. So all of a sudden, I was just trying to get my homies. I said, look here, when I'm throwing a party, I'll show up to a party. Well, this is almost like a party, except we can't drink at this party. We're going to do some planks and some sun salutations. So, and kind of from there, it kind of took off. And
that's how you fell in love with it?
Yeah, that I was hooked. I showed up every week to all yoga events. I was showing up to everybody else's yoga class. And at one point, I was showing up just to see people's reaction because a black dude from St. Clair, East Cleveland, showing up like with a mat, like, "Hey y'all, let's do some yoga." And they're like, "Wait a minute, So it became even entertaining showing up to certain yoga studios. So that's what really got me into the practice.
Okay, that's what's up. And it's funny that you mentioned that first class because we did have a yoga instructor on about a month and a half ago.
It was her class.
It was her class.
I'm getting to that point, but it's funny because I asked her what was like a memorable moment, like something that stood out to you during the class, like because everybody fart, during yoga, but what was something that stood out? And she started telling us this story. She said this dude showed up to the class, and she was like, usually don't dudes show up, but he came in and he was reeking of the ganja and smelling the whole class up very well. And she was like, she didn't know how to take it, but then she was like, but he kept showing up, and now he owns his own studio. And I was like, okay. So when BBC was like, I got this yoga guy on here, and the first thing I said, is that the guy that Stephanie was talking about? And she's like, sure is. Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope. So, so what made you start your own business doing yoga?
So, Stephanie had encouraged me to go to yoga teacher training, and I really wasn't receptive to it at first. Because I'm like, I just like coming to the classes. I didn't think much of it. She says, well, think about it. Here's a school that you can sign up for.
Okay.
And I think that was in early spring. It was right, and shortly after that, COVID hit, that wasn't a priority to me anymore. And I got the coronavirus in July of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And I was happy to get it. We talk about that because I got 2 weeks off of work. I was an essential employee. Like, I ain't gonna come to work. Yes, I got the V, and I can't come to work for 2 weeks. And they said we got to pay you special pay. So yeah, it was like a vacation that I needed. I got to stay home for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when quarantine was serious, so I had to stay in the house for 2 weeks.
Right.
And so I stayed in the house for 2 weeks. I got released from quarantine on a Friday. My friend Stuffy had died within the 2 weeks. And the funeral was the day I got released.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm free. We had a funeral. The alcohol is flying free. And Friday night, keep in mind, I show up at the funeral Friday night. Sunday morning, I woke up in the East Cleveland Detention Center.
Oh, wow.
Like, okay. All right, that was kind of a rough night there, guys, And so that kind of started the ball rolling because I ended up pleading to probation, which I never do. You got to know my story. I know we can take it to the box. I can't do probation. I can't, why I can't do probation.
That shocked me. You see my face? I was like, what?
And so I go to probation in East Cleveland. And they said instead of like picking up litter, if you go to yoga class, that's credit for your probation.
Are you serious?
I said, that's what I asked my probation officer. Like, is this for real?
I gotta finish.
So I show up I write my PO. They set me up. I had to go to Judge Dawson's yoga classes.
I'm about to say
as part of my probation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my first day there is always the first day I get there, and everybody from Stephanie's class is there. I'm like, oh, what's up? Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? They said, are you here for yoga teacher training too? I said, nah, I ain't here for no yoga teacher training. That's what y'all here for? They said, yeah, we trained to be yoga teachers. So I said, you know what? When I get done with this court-ordered yoga, I'm going to sign up for that school Stephanie told me about, and I will start my yoga teacher certification. And
nice.
Now I'm on that yoga shit it's not sort of full time.
Nice. Okay. So what made you come up with the name Yoga Misfits?
So it was actually weird thing. A friend of mine went to Seattle.
Okay.
And I was gonna wear that shirt. If I known this question was on there, I'd have wore the shirt. I wore it on Saturday for my other event.
Okay.
But it says Misfit and has the chronic leaf right under it.
Nice.
And this is around, this is right after the lockdown was over. We was, and they said, I bought you this shirt as a gift. And she said, the reason why I bought you this gift because you're the misfit of fitness. Because you're the last person, you know what I'm saying? I hustle pool in the strip club. I'm in the bar. I'm known for partying, not working out, doing no exercise, especially no yoga. So for them, it was funny. Like, you are a misfit of fitness because you just don't fit in that normal realm of fitness. So and from there, the name kind of stuck, and I kind of rock with it.
Nice.
I like it. BBC, go ahead.
Yeah. So, okay. How was it when you taught your very first class by yourself? Like, what was the feeling or what was the vibe? Were you nervous?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, this is, and here's ironically, the first class I ever taught was in the cigar lounge.
Right, I remember.
It was not a yoga studio; it was at a cigar lounge. And everybody bought tickets, so it was a full house. It was like okay, and I was just starting yoga teacher training, so I was nervous, but when it was time to go, it was like you here now. You know what I'm saying? It's too late to be nervous. You better tell those people to get in child's pose and start focus on their awareness.
Right.
Like they feel stupid right now.
Right.
Yeah, of course, I was nervous, but I just at somebody's yoga teacher graduation about a week ago.
Okay.
I can tell they were nervous, of course, because when you're in a room full of people, even now, when I teach now, I'm always nervous because one, I want people to have a great experience. Two, I don't want nobody to get hurt. So those are the two things that I'm really, really concerned about, that people get something out of this experience and don't hurt themselves in the process.
You do a yoga class for men, and it's like men awareness or something. How did that class come about?
So I don't really do a men's specific yoga class.
I thought I saw you do like
I do on
Hey man, hold up.
Instagram. I do.
We go to see the ladies, man. We don't want to be in the class with all dudes, man. I'm saying.
On Instagram, I do what we call Yoga Men Monday.
Oh, okay.
So what we recognize, and I use that day to say something to start. Normally Mondays are stressful days. We don't want to be at work. The Browns lost one. You know, Monday is always, you know, those blocks. So I try to start Monday off with Yoga Man Monday, with giving some inspirational quotes. Still in?
Yeah,
I'm still here.
Yeah. We back.
You know, shit happens.
Finish what you were saying, my guy.
So every Monday, if you go to my Instagram page, which is Misfit_Yoga, every Monday I try to come up with something inspirational for men, but all people, just to get our week started, you know. Then after that, it's jokes and funny stuff and me falling in handstands and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. You always have a theme for your yoga classes, like with music or whatever like that. Yeah. What are some of your favorite ones?
So I give you the people's favorite. For some reason, when I do the Nas hip hop class, it's the most, so far was the most popular hip hop class I did to date. Right now, it's Pretty Girls Love Misfit Yoga, which is a trap yoga class with a live DJ at the Yoga Lab.
Nice.
May 18th is the next event. Hurry up and get your tickets because it's selling out fast. That is probably the most popular class to date that I'm doing. Then other than that, Outkast is probably my second most popular hip hop class.
Okay.
Then anything I do with Prince or Michael Jackson always brings people up.
I thought the Wu-Tang one probably would. I thought that would be your favorite.
It's my favorite. People are scared of the Wu-Tang. Like, you got to get a special group of yogis to do that.
I got you.
I mean, because it's actually the easiest class that I teach, but it's still probably the most challenging based on how I have it set up.
Okay.
I tell everybody, man, if you want an easy class, the Wu-Tang, if you want to lose weight doing yoga, get in shape, listen to the Wu-Tang Clan, and learn the basics of yoga, that's the class you want to take.
Nice.
Nice. I like that. I like how you do theme yoga. That's what's up. What made you come up with even doing theme yoga?
Because Black people don't come to yoga classes. I mean, let's just be honest. We think it's for white people. You know what I'm saying? They think we're home and we're stretching, and yoga is a whole lot more than what we believe it is. And you know, with us, you know, we got to do something to attract us to come to it. I just can't say come to yoga class. So I say, look, I got a live DJ. We're gonna cut on some 2 Chainz, clean version for those wondering, the clean version. And we're going to let you express your bodies the way that you feel that's comfortable. It's all about breath. It's about moving and actually loving yourself, loving your body and the skin that you're in. But if you don't have food, we put it this way. If you go to a barbecue and there ain't no seasoning, is you going back to that barbecue?
Hell no.
So same thing when you come to my yoga class is I add flavor, I add a little bit of sauce. So 1, you be attracted to it, you really understand what it is, and 2, you'll come back.
Right.
It's not about you being good at just the poses. It's really about you taking an hour for yourself.
Yeah.
Think about we got to take care of the kids. We got to go to work. We busy doing this. We busy doing that. We busy doing so much for our bosses, for our families. When was the last time we took an hour just for ourselves?
Right.
To just be still and just chill. So that's what this S stands for, you know, for self-love, yourself. All right. And then the happiness H stands for happiness. The I stands for inner peace, and 2, the thankfulness that we can breathe and move our bodies on our own. A lot of times we forget that too. That just take this moment of being still in our busy world and just be thankful that we can breathe without no machine. You walked in the studio without no cane or no walker. And we take them 2 things for granted so much.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we need to be still sometimes, and that's what the practice is all about. It's not about standing on your head. It's not about being able to put your foot behind your head. It's not about how long you can hold your plank. As long as it's about breathing, it's about moving, it's about self-love, it's about happiness, inner peace, it's thankful. It's about being on some other shit, which I call that yoga shit.
I like that.
Yeah, and releasing too. I think a lot of people don't realize like yoga is very powerful, mind, spirit, soul. And you can have times where you release and call in. A lot of people don't know, like learning to meditate. Like that's where I learned to find focus in my meditation through yoga, because I was always taught to meditate, which, you know, some people, you know, it's praying or, you know, anything like that. But I was never able to quiet my mind until I started yoga, and I actually started with Stephanie as well. And you got to get him. He need to come to your event on May 18th if he does not have a comedy show, because he said he was going to do yoga. So, I mean, you can start off with a man, then go to Stephanie's class. And I
gotta hit Stephanie's class first. I already told her I hit her class. I can't.
He's probably going to be at his event.
It don't matter whether you go in her class, my class, first, second. Just show up for yourself. That's all I care.
Yeah. And this is an event. This is not an actual class. Just, you know, class. This is these events. So that's a difference.
Tell us a little bit more about the event. What's all going on? It's not a yoga class.
So this is it's at the Yoga Lab in Cleveland Heights, May 18th. It's called Pretty Girls Love Misfit Yoga. All right. I kind of derived that off Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. So it is a trap yoga class. It is a high impact trap yoga class. So you need to bring a bottle, bring a towel. We move, we breathe, we sweat, we have a good time. It is a live DJ. All right. So it's not me on my iPhone 14 with the cracked screen trying to say, hold on, let me get the right song. It is actually live DJ. It is a whole vibe. It's full of energy. It's full of fun. And I really enjoy it, because originally I didn't want to do trap yoga, because that's to be like, what y'all know about trap yoga? Ain't none of y'all been to a trap house. And a cousin of mine said, dog, do the trap yoga class, because you of all people can really relate and put the message out there. So,
nice.
I mean, it's really a fun class. I mean, the DJ is one of the 216 DJ, the blender, DJ AJ Scratch.
Nice.
You know, he do his things on the ones and twos. I do my thing, guy in the class. Nice. I tell everybody, get your ticket early. It is the first one sold out, and this one's already moving fast as well too. So
good.
I can only put like 35 people in the space, and I think I'm already at 15, 16, and more than likely by next week 2025. So
nice.
I tell everybody, you ain't been to a yoga class like this. This is gonna be a whole nother vibe.
That's what's up. I like that, man. I'm definitely rooting for you, man. That story is definitely inspirational, man. Like how the probation actually kind of kicked you in your ass to get the license to actually open your studio. I like that, man. I like that.
I keep saying my last arrest was my best arrest. You know what I'm saying? My last arrest was my best arrest. So sometimes you got to look at life, and I say that even in our practice. You might fall down in your practice trying to do a balancing pose, but it's okay to fall down. It's not okay if you don't get back up. And a lot of times we get caught up on what I did wrong, where I messed up. We all human beings. We're not perfect. But one, you have to learn from your mistakes and grow from your mistakes to actually grow as a human being. So at that time when I did them 10 days, you know, I wasn't saying that at the time, but looking back, that 10 days made me who I am today. If I didn't do them 10 days, me and you would not be speaking to me. So it was all, I can say, not my plan, God's plan, and part of his plan was for me going that route.
Yeah.
Go. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
So Arana, man, hey, give everybody your information. Like, tell them how they can follow you on social media. Tell them how they can get tickets to the trap yoga. So give them all.
If you go to Instagram, my Instagram is misfit_yoga, MISFIT_yoga. Click the link in my bio. You can get tickets to Pretty Girl Love Misfit Yoga. You can always go to the Yoga Lab's website and get your tickets there, or show up at the Yoga Lab and actually take a class, and you can still buy your ticket while you go take a class there. That way you can meet the teachers and know the space.
And Judge Dawson.
Of course, that's through Judge Dawson. My real spell my first name Arana, last name Lynch, Lynch. That's my other name on Instagram. If not, you can always call Liberty 4 to make a hike. Said you can talk to the cat in the hat. Somebody gonna transfer. That's my regular job. So I think everybody in Cleveland know I sell cars too. So 6623-673 extension 2488. You can also call and buy a car too as well. That can make my life easier as well. And my boss and human resources will be picking on me about my PTO, and I gotta leave to go TTO.
There you go. That's what's up. That's what's up. I like it. Arana Lynch, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man. Definitely deep story, man.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
I really like that. All right, let's get into the rest of the show, y'all. We always like to start with a recap on what happened to us this weekend. I'll go ahead and start us off. I'll try to make mine pretty quick, but I had a lot going on this weekend. So Friday was the start of softball season. Little mama was pumped. She was ready to go make her sandcastle in the dirt at the field. So she was excited to go. And then I ended up getting a call. From the owner of Crackpot's Comedy Club, his headliner. He wasn't sure if he was going to show up or not. So he was like, hey, you my first call, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, it's the start of softball season. I can't let little mama down. I'm about to, go. He was like, oh, no worries. I got it. It's cool. Saturday, I had a funeral to go to. Rest in peace, my guy Leon, man. Losing him, that shit kind of sucked, man. I just seen him in February at somebody else's funeral, and we was all outside talking like, the goal is to pass away from natural causes. You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, he passed away at 41. So, it was definitely tough to take on that one. So, seeing some people I ain't seen in a while, but like I said, at every funeral, I'm like, I hate to see y'all this way. You know what I'm saying? So, but that happened. And then I end up getting another text from the owner saying, hey, can you help me out tonight if you can? And I'm like, you know what? I got you. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? How many shows? He was like 2 shows. So I was like, I'm there. So he was like, even if the headliners show up, I'll just have you feature, still pay you the same price, blah, 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 whatever. But the headliner was basically on some bad business, didn't show up. So I end up dropping little mama off to her mom, because her mom is like 8 minutes from the comedy club. And I was going to pick her up right after. So I made sure, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't, getting too hype, you know what I'm saying, take the, the libations down a little bit. And I was going to pick her up afterwards. She ended up staying the night and getting dropped off yesterday. But it was one of those shows where I needed that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes, we go through shit too, even though we got to go to a club and make motherfuckers laugh. And that's what they pay to see, is they pay to hear laughter and be entertained, But I was just telling them, like, listen, let's make some memories tonight. I know y'all didn't know if I was, y'all didn't know I was going to be here. Y'all was expecting some white dude, but I got something for you. And so it was cool, man. That first show was definitely amazing. I had this one dude, like, first 2 rows, man. That dude, like, almost pissed his pants. That dude was laughing so hard. So, like, it was just a fun time, man. Got some new fans, sold some merchandise, which is always good. And then second show was dope as hell as well. And it was just a good Saturday to, end off with, having a funeral earlier and then get to have my therapy session on that stage and make some people laugh and, let them forget about what they was going through that day. So it was dope. It was real dope. And yesterday just kind of chilled, waited till little mama got home, did the usual dad shit, went grocery shopping, you know what I'm saying? So she had her shit when she got home, did some laundry, typical dad shit, you know what I'm saying? And then we got today, so, regular work day, talking to these kids, trying to save some kids' lives, man. That's it. That was my weekend. Mr. Lynch, who want to go next with the recap?
That was a lot. That was a big weekend.
It was a lot, but to me, I really ain't do shit, so everybody else said, man, you be doing a lot, man. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV most of the time, but it is what it is.
Well, I had a busy weekend because of course, last weekend was 420 weekend. So I started off Friday.
Yeah, that's past Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, so on Friday night I went to the Puff Laugh comedy show downtown.
Okay.
So that started it all off. Then that Saturday morning I hosted the 420 wake and bake, uplifting yoga experience. So
now, did y'all burn while y'all was doing yoga?
Yes.
I hope so, because that's
It's about breathing. How you gonna be choking and coughing? While you trying to do poses?
The way the class is set up, the first 30 minutes, everybody had breakfast, infused waffles, fruits, cupcakes, muffins. There was smoke. Then we had a session. So
okay,
kind of,
right.
But I always tell people, if you need to take a break during class and smoke, you're welcome to do that. Then after that, I had to play in a pool tournament, and I ended up winning it in dramatic fashion.
Nice.
I get to the finals. Somehow it was late at night. I get to the finals. In the finals, it was $50 in the trophy on the line. So I get to the finals, and it was a race to 2. First 1 and 2 wins $50 in the trophy. So after the first very long, methodical game, I get out of that one. I won that one. And I was queuing up my queue like, all I need is a good break and run. I'm $50 richer. So I said, I'm gonna hit the break. I'm gonna drop the 9 off the break. We're gonna run, and just run out and win the money. I end up snapping the 8 on the break. I have to, so to win the whole tournament. So
wow,
that was my weekend. Comedy shows, marijuana, and pool shooting.
That's what's up. Listen, my cousin beat me like that one day. He had his own pool table. Speaking of EC, he stayed on Penrose, the Rose, baby. And like that's my guy. We used to be down there all the time on the Rose. But he had a pool table in his house, and we used to always play pool. And when we was kids, I had a little miniature pool table in the house, so we would always play. So of course, we got anytime I seen him, we had to shoot some pool. And this dude broke the 8 ball, man. I was so livid. I was like, man, how in the hell did you do that? Like, he's like, I don't know, but I won. I'm like, you mother. So listen, so for you to win like that is dramatic as hell. Like,
it was a good win, good weekend for me.
That's a good weekend.
BBC, how was your weekend, sis?
My weekend started off really I don't know. On Friday I went to the airport because I needed to buy some, tickets for, trying to get these things popping or whatever like that. And I took my daughter's girlfriend and we went to the airport because I wanted to park right in the front. I didn't want to have to walk all the way over and, like that. So you have to have somebody sit in the car with you, because when I tried to do it before, I got a $50 ticket. So they said, oh, okay, well, we got flights leaving out right now, so you have to come back in 30 minutes. So I'm like, dang. So we had, she had just got up or whatever like that. I had been on the road. So I'm like, let's go get something to eat until, we can come back or whatever. So I don't eat fast food a whole lot, but I end up going to Burger King because it was closer to the airport. And I'm like, oh, I used to like their little chicken patty, thing. I could eat that. You know what I'm saying? It won't be like, too much for my belly. Yeah. So I get that or whatever like that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get me I'm going to taste like this little milkshake thing they had or this little special drink. I'm like, I want to try that, and so I bite into the sandwich. And when I bite into it, boom, it's like, I look at it and I'm like, it don't even look like chicken. I'm like, this is not it don't look the same. So I'm like, So I'm sitting there, I suck on some of the, drink, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. I'm like, it's too sweet. I had asked her for one of the little kid cups, small. And she gave me a medium. And she's like, oh no, that is the small. And I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there, we, waiting, we going through whatever. I'm writing out my bookings and everything. And all of a sudden I just start get this massive headache. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm about to go. I go back to the airport. I get the ticket, actually get it cheaper than I expected to get it. I then get home. I'm dumb sick. I mean, belly, everything. I'm gaggy. My head hurt and everything like that. I go to sleep, and then my daughter says she came and tried to wake me up, and I didn't even wake up. So I basically had food poisoning Friday. My daughter, we wake up on Saturday because we're going to drive to Detroit because all the dispensaries, and this one dispensary is supposed to have this massive sale or whatever. So now I got to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, drive all the way to Detroit or whatever. And I'm like, let's go early, because like, so we can stand in line. Boom. We get there. The place like 400 people get a big box with all this stuff in it, everything like that. Plus, what you purchase. It's 400 people there already. People had spent the night and slept outside from 8 o'clock when they closed. So that's crazy. Then yeah, so they was because they sold everything. Yeah, it was a lot. It was people for real. It was worse than the Jays. It was worse. So I'm driving around the parking lot like 420, like just all messed up and still trying to hype people up, playing my smoking song and everything. So they stand in line. Now they start letting people order online. So the people that was there, the 400 people, I didn't even, I think my daughter probably was 400. Like I made her stand in line, but they start letting people order online. So now those people are coming in, getting the box. So the people that was slept out there to get the box don't even get to get the box.
Wow.
A man has a stroke in line and the ambulance had to come. 2 fights broke out, I believe, because they thought people were trying to cut, but they didn't realize they had opened up another line for the pre-order people that ordered online. And then by the time everybody's leaving, because there's so many dispensaries right there, traffic get blocked up. And I think it was an accident. So we're blocked up for an hour and like half. It was crazy. I missed rehearsal. I had to cancel rehearsal after I always was going to cancel it. And then on Sunday, I had rehearsal with my band, but only 3 people could show up. And then I missed, so I didn't work Friday or the rest of the day, didn't work Saturday. And on Sunday, I only was able to work a half day, which was very slow because I ended up having rehearsal and everybody couldn't even show up. And with food poisoning.
All for some ganja.
Yeah, well, no, not that, because we get like everything. They sell, I got beads and, political stuff and pens and everything. So, but
I'm still in spending the night.
I'm dope, man, dope. No, I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, so I all with food poisoning, all that, and still had food poisoning.
That sounds like a long ass weekend. You talking about my weekend was long. Shit. All right, let's get into it. Childhood memories. We always like for the couchers to get into our past, especially our guest past. We like to give one childhood memory. It can be funny or crazy for the guest. But my childhood memory this week, I got to go back to high school because we talking about, 420 was Saturday. So I'm going to bring up a 420 memory. So it was funny because we sitting in the high school parking lot. We at Bedford High School on Northfield Road. And so we sitting in the parking lot. I got a couple people in the car with me. You know what I'm saying? We got some smoke. We smoking. And then it's a dude that was in my same class. He got a couple people with him. He in the car next to us, right? So we literally kind of like side by side talking, passing blunts back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Getting it in, enjoying ourselves, talking. And then next thing you know, I see some dude riding his bike into the parking lot. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what is that? Like, is that a cop? And that was the first time we ever seen a cop on a bike. This was back in like 95, right? And we like, hold up, he on a bike? So he come riding, pedaling up to our cars and stuff like that. And he like, hey, stop there. What are you guys doing? And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not stopping for no fucking bike cop. I'm in a car. Like, you think I'm not going to drive off? So me being me, I'm in the lack. We got everybody in this with us. And I'm like this. So I pull off on the cop. Like, man, I'm not about to sit there. The dude that was sitting next to us actually stayed and didn't roll off. I'm like, what? Like, what was you thinking? So we leave, we get high, we have a good time or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That Monday, we get back to school, and the first person I'm looking for is my dude. So I'm like, I find him, and I'm like, dude, what happened? He said, man, I got a ticket. You know what I'm saying? The police came, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why didn't you just pull off? He said, man, I thought I was going to get in more trouble. I'm like, dude, I just pulled off. He not going to catch us. By the time he tried to chase us down on a bike, and then realize he need to call backup, we be gone. We'll be out of the damn city. They're not gonna catch us.
Right.
Like literally, the next city is 2 minutes away. I'm like, dude, why don't you just leave? Oh man, I don't know, man. He ended up getting a ticket, got on punishment, lost his car from his parents, all that. Dumb motherfucker. Like, if you ever see a bike cop, pull off. Like, what they gonna do? Like, you ain't don't run him over, of course not. But like, I literally just skirted off on his ass. I was like, I'm out. Like,
right.
So that's my childhood memory this week. Since everybody talking about 420, I got a 420 memory. So give us a childhood memory, my brother. Give us one good one.
Here's a good one. So I just told this story maybe a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I do hip hop yoga. I'm a hip hop head. I've been to all kind of hip hop concerts. I've met all kind of hip hop celebrities from Redman, Method Man, Devin the Dude, Too Short, KRS-One, Craig Mack. I mean, I can tell you stories of all the hip hop artists that I met, but I think I bring up the first concert I've ever been to in hip hop. I was in the 7th grade, and my dad said I got tickets to this hip hop show. Okay. So that morning, I was spending the night at my cousin's house. And he had some friends. I'm in 7th grade, and they start playing NWA.
Nice.
Dope man.
Okay.
And this was the first time I heard the cussing version. Ooh. I'm like, oh, they cuss on this song? Like, this ain't the song I've been listening to. They're like, oh yeah, this is the NWA. You know, niggas with attitudes. I'm like, oh, right. I'm digging this. I'm feeling this. So we go to the concert. It was at the Plus skating rink, and I'm in 7th grade, and it was the World Class Record Crew, EPMD.
Okay. Just Ice making go. Let's go. And who else?
Just Ice.
Okay.
And NWA.
Ooh.
And my dad is friends with the promoter, so like I'm there like with the promotion. So. That was and this is at the skating rink. Straight Outta Compton hadn't come out yet. Eazy EP was the only thing I had autographed at that. So that day in 7th grade, I spent my day with Just Ice and NWA. That following year in 8th grade, Straight Outta Compton came out. I'm like, hey, I met these dudes last year. They're the dudes from the skating rink, and you know. The rest is history. You know, you got some of the best hip hop artists and producers and Hall of Famers, all from that one most dangerous rap group. So that is my childhood memory I'm sharing for today.
Nice. I like that. Definitely, especially because I was a big hip hop head. I've seen all the best concerts of hip hop. I got to see Big before he died. I got to see Pac before he died. I got to see Outkast, Stay Quick, Too Short, like Ice Cube. Like I can go on and on, but yes, that's a dope memory right there. I like that one.
Yeah, that's
Miss BBC. What's your childhood memory this week?
My childhood memory. Oh, this is before 21 memory. Okay, so I was. Yeah, but okay, so I mean, I was probably 21. But anyway, I'm smoking. I'm with my brother-in-law, and my sister, and we're all smoking. You know what I'm saying? Just like tweaking, doing shit, whatever like that. We go to this club, and when we get to the club, you know, I'm vibing or whatever like that, but I'm smoking, and I already was like really like always just trying to pay attention to my surroundings. But I used to be very paranoid when I would smoke. I'm talking about like seeing people hang from trees and cross street type shit, like looking like my legs are across the room. Like I used to be real mental. He's like, come on, we're about to go to this club. When we get in here, don't start tripping. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm watching people and shit like that. I'm like, you know, people cold looking, Bucky, whatever like that. However, they're playing, they're doing performances, like, you know what I'm saying, calling people up to perform or whatever. So the DJ knows me, and he knows that I do music, you know. So he Like, oh, yo, we got my girl in the building, trouble in the building. We're gonna bring her up to the so I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good, but I'm so high. I know I can't do it because the music already sounds slow motion to me. Like it already sounds slow motion to me. And they like, no, you got this, whatever, like that. All you gotta do is follow the rhythm, like follow the beats. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Like for real, y'all not listening. So they like push me up on the stage, and now everybody like, and everybody pumped. Big body chick. I'm in 6-inch stilettos. Whatever like that. So it's like just mad hype or whatever. He started playing a rhythm or whatever, and I'm like, he like, what you want to play? I can't think of anything. So I'm like, ugh. I said, I think it was like Kelly Price or something. No. He started playing the rhythm. I was just like, I was just like, you should have told me. I was singing so fucking slow and so deep. It was crazy because that's how the music sounded to me. But in my mind, I thought I was like, I was trying to perform to the beat. It was terrible. People were just like looking at me like, it was the most, it was literally, that's my basically getting high 420 story. But I never ever smoked again when I was performing or anything, because I'm like, every time I think about it, it's devastating. It's devastating.
Oh wow! It sounded like it was devastating for real. Yeah, I thought
it really was.
Story. That's like a whole.
I felt like I was moving like.
Golly. All right, let's get to one of my favorite subjects I love to do on the podcast is flowers while they're still here. We like to give flowers to people while they're still here so they can actually smell those roses instead of being so conditioned like so many of us are to give roses while people are dead and gone. So, Miss BBC, who you want to give your flowers to?
I am going to give my flowers to you. I feel like your journey is very amazing. You know what I'm saying? You saw something like, I do yoga class with you. You know what I'm saying? When we will go to Stephanie or whatever like that. And from, point A to point B, like just seeing the growth and the vibes. We sometimes see each other going to Planet Fitness, sometimes see each other when we go to the vault. And he's one of my greatest supporters as far as like my business and stuff like that. I really appreciate the facts. And I just feel like that is an amazing story to go through what you went through and to see the progress. This is not something you're telling me like a guest I never met before. Like I've seen your journey. And I think it's so super dope. And then you always, you're very supportive of the vibe. I remember I was really trying to get back into working out. And we always see each other at class. We always, see each other at the gym. And I was like, look, when you get up to go work out, because he be there, like, he go to Planet Fitness like 4:00 in the morning. Like, no matter what happened the night before. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when you get up, can you call me or whatever? And he really did try his best to, like, motivate me. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it's good to have masculine energy a part of your life that's not trying to, you know what I'm saying, get a benefit out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just really, like, like just people energy, human beings, supporting each other. So I give my flowers to him.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for smelling my flowers.
Oh, I forgot to do flowers. I did. I forgot to do it. Flowers.
Your flowers, man. It's like they well deserved, man. My flowers this week, I'm gonna have to give my flowers this week to the owner of Crackpots Comedy Club, Chris Kettler. The reason why people miss flowers is because that dude, like, some people don't like him, some people like him, and it is what it is. I never give in to what other people say about people. Like, he's always done me good, never done me. He always paid me what I'm worth. He's had me on plenty of shows. It took me a while to do his comedy club just for the simple fact of it was just like, it was I'm like, where's that Maslin? All right, let's see how I just wanted to see if it was be around more than a month or two. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a minute to get there. But once I got there, I was like, man, this is a beautiful club. I love this club. I love the staff. The staff's so cool. His right hand lady is Shawnee that runs the bar. She definitely getting her flowers too. As soon as I seen her, I was like, I told her to come from around the bar because I just needed a hug. You know what I'm saying? So, but Chris is so cool. Like I was his first call that he made when he was worried about his headliner not showing up, and then he called me again on Saturday, and I'm like, dude, I got you, man. You already know what it is. So for him to have faith to be the first call that he made, because he already know what I do, man. He already know I'm gonna come and kill the crowd and do what I do. So just for him always believing in me, knowing what I do, knowing I bring the funny, and just being a upstanding dude, never short me on any kind of money, always had my back. Let me do 20 minutes on open mics when everybody else doing 5 to 7 minutes tops. Let me do my thing. So he is greatly appreciated. So Chris, once again, I got to give you your flowers, my guy. Definitely well deserved.
Blessings. Big up, Chris.
All right, Arana, who you want to give your flowers to today, my brother?
I'm giving my flowers to my mom and my dad.
Blessings.
As we all get older, especially I'm seeing in my generation, a lot of my friends are either planning funerals, had funerals, or dealing with dementia and other things with their parents aging. And recently I was asked to locate my mom for something else because they wanted to honor her for something. And I'm like, Mom, I forget you did all these great things for journalism in Cleveland.
Nice.
Both my parents are in their 70s and they're still working. My dad is a musician. He's always got a gig in the 70s. So I want to give my flowers to them because they're still here. They're still of sound mind and body. And in this day and age, as I watch people lose parents, that I'm still blessed that I still have them both in my life and still fuss at me for some of the dumb things I do. But hey, as parents never stop being parents.
Yeah, they never stop being
Absolutely.
baby.
Listen, well deserved, man.
Yes, blessings to your parents.
Flowers, especially for the simple fact you said they still there and you enjoy them fussing at you. I'm telling you right now, people don't understand when they don't have that relationship, or they be like, oh, my parents did me dirty, blah, 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 or my parents this, my parents that. Listen, y'all motherfuckers go miss them when they gone. You go hope that you had one more time for them to fuss at you. So I feel where you coming from. I'm glad you gave your parents flowers. It's been 5 years for my mom, 6 years for my dad, and I still miss the fuck out of them, man. I wish I could have them nag the fuck out of me like they used to, because I miss it like a motherfucker. So I really appreciate you giving your parents flowers, man. Hold on to your parents, especially when they hear. Love on them, let them know. Listen, they was doing the best they could because there's no book to parenting, y'all. And everybody want to be like, oh, my parents did this. My parents raised me that way.
That's another story, because you can't really say that. You ain't lived nobody's life. So you really don't know, regardless of the fact of doing their best. Some people are just monsters. And that's just true.
I mean, I get that. But if your parents are alive, you still have a chance to reconcile with them and appreciate them giving birth to you, because without your parents, you wouldn't have been here. That's all I'm saying.
That's probably not true, but I don't know.
So you mean to tell me you would have been here if your parents ain't have you?
To another parent.
BBC?
To another parent, but not to that parent.
You wouldn't have been Miss BBC.
No, I'd have still been here. It don't matter who I was. There was 7 personalities in here. So I'm just saying, I would have been okay with not being Miss BBC. I still would have been probably something fabulous. However, I really just don't agree with that conversation.
Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. My parents was aliens.
I'm glad you guys have that. You know what I'm saying? I wish more people had it, you know what I'm saying? But everybody was born to be who they were.
I get
and
that.
Everybody's situation is different.
And everything happened for a reason. You was put here for a reason. So, I mean, sometimes that shit make you stronger. Sometimes you keep blaming on shit on your parents. I mean,
I don't blame nobody. I want somebody is real, but life is life.
It is. But one thing I know for sure is my parents was aliens. My parents was the best parents ever that lived in the game. So that it is.
Blessings. I'm glad you had that, because you needed it, because you was a picklehead. So
I think that's a great time to take our one and only sponsor break. Please don't go nowhere. We got more Arana Lynch Misfits Yoga coming up, more Just Therapy. We got some hot topics coming up for you. Don't go nowhere. You already know who I am, and we taking us to break, baby.
Primal Screen in Kent, Ohio. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Quality work, on time, fair prices. For more information, call 330-677-1766. Again, 330-677-1766. Or check us out online, primalscreenprinting.com. If you mention a podcast, you get 5% off. Peace.
Custom Design Aquariums, where we bring your aquatic dreams to life. With your help, using your imagination, together, we will turn your home or office into a peaceful getaway. For a free consultation, call 330-475-5181 or contact us by email at customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Once again, that is customdesignaaqua@gmail.com. Mention this podcast and get 5% off. Yo, you already know what it is. You already know what I do every week. I have the best pizza place for you. I don't know why I'm clapping it out, but I'm just used to clapping it out. But listen, Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. They got 3 locations and 1 more on the way. Those addresses, first location is in Cuyahoga Falls. That's 1909 Bailey Road, Cuyahoga Falls. Their phone number is 330-928-2222. Second location is in downtown Akron, across the street from Rubber Duck Stadium. That address is 325 South Main Street, Akron. Their phone number is 330-849-5707. Their third and newest location, even though it's almost been there for a year now, is at 3031 Graham Road, Stowe, Ohio. Their phone number is 330-673-9410. Best thing I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria, especially the downtown location, has to be the beer wall. Yes, I call it the beer wall. I like to call it the Dave and Buster's of beer, because there are 36 glorious taps of wine, ale, IPAs, whatever you can think of. It is there. You go in there, you put money on a card, you walk up to the taps, you tap the card against the taps, and you pour as much beer or wine as your heart desires. I mean, it's just so good. When it hits your lips, it's just so good. But drink responsibly. Another thing I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria is that they cater to your taste buds, y'all. Anytime you order something, especially if it's specialty, it is made to your specific likings. Because I'm a cheeseless type of person, so anytime I order something, I say no cheese, extra sauce, all the fixings, and it always come out right. And that first bite, I'm telling you, every time I take that first bite, it'd be like, bitch. Like, it is just so damn delicious. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you ask for the owner, Brad Cover. Make sure you mention Just Therapy, the podcast, to receive your 10% discount. Yes, I said it, 10% discount when you order anything from Twisted Tomato and you mention Just Therapy, the podcast, because they are the official sponsor of Just Therapy, the podcast. Make sure you check them out. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. If it's pizza, it's possible. Make sure you check them out. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Yeah. And a couple shameless plug. Well, actually one shameless plug before we get going again. Coming up real soon, all you reggae heads, make sure you don't miss out on Reggae Fest Cleveland. May 25th, May 26th. It is coming soon to a place near you. Check out reggaefestcleveland.com for more information. That is May 25th, May 26th. Saturday starts it off, and our very own Miss BBC will be in the building, starting us off with the lovely vibes with a slew of other artists following her. And then May 26th, Sunday, one of a friend of the couch, Milton Blake, is in that 2 p.m. slot with a slew of great artists. Make sure you check them out. It is always a vibe. Reggae Fest Cleveland. For more information and ticket information and all the times and pricing, go to reggaefestcleveland.com. You will not want to miss that event. reggaefestcleveland.com. Go check out the vibes, y'all.
Yes.
And we are back. Yes. If I can get that off, there we go. There we go.
Look, I'm like, it's still up there.
All right. Yes, we back at it once again. Like I said, don't go nowhere. Mr. Lynch is still in the building. The Just Therapy podcast people still in the building. Let's get into our first topic. What's our first topic on the docket, Miss BBC?
Is everybody toxic? You know what I'm saying? And I came up with this because I'm like, I'm living on both sides. And you know how I do sometimes when I'm like, when I was talking about daddy issues from different sides. So I wanted to talk about being toxic from different sides, because you have people that are toxic and they're like, malicious, they're wicked, they're, narcissists, and, you have 70 red flags, which, I don't believe in red flags since we all have them, but like the mean, horrible people that bust down your doors and climb in your windows and try to control you or whatever like that. But I'm like, are the receivers toxic as well? Especially if they know a person is toxic, but then they go back and they continue to deal with the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people be like, but I love him or whatever like that. But you know that you're about to be abused or, manipulated or anything like that. Is it a toxic behavior to keep allowing somebody to come back that has done these things to you and have been disrespectful to you or cheated on you or given you STDs? And this is for masculine and feminine. Is it toxic to keep trying to prove yourself to a person that is a manipulator or narcissist, you know what I'm saying, just really messed up in their energy? And I'm like, I want to look at it from both sides. Is everybody toxic? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you be like, well, I was fighting for this love. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting for this or whatever like that. Is that a toxic behavior as well? Regardless of the fact, if you're not the malicious one and you're not being, beat up, or, what I'm saying, but you're allowing yourself to receive that energy. Is that toxic? What y'all think?
That almost sounds like the topic we had not so long ago about the patterns situation. People fall for patterns and then they leave somebody for the same damn pattern. I don't see the toxicity in that. Like, as far as, is everybody toxic? Like, everybody has flaws, but would that be considered toxic?
I feel like me personally, because if you're repeating the same behavior, you know what I'm saying, with this same person, you know what I'm saying?
That's insanity.
Yeah, that is insanity. But insanity is a toxic behavior. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you're allowing yourself to be mistreated. You're allowing yourself, you stop talking to this person or leave this person. And then out the blue, later on down the road, you call this person again or check in with this person, or, you know what I'm saying, want to let them hit, want to hit, you know what I'm saying, 12 pumps.
So is that more comfortability or toxicity though?
I feel like it's toxic. If you are dealing with a toxic, this is my own perspective. That means that you are being toxic to yourself. To me, you know what I'm saying? You're being toxic to yourself by allowing this toxic in. At this point, you can't blame this person for whatever he does if that's what you keep allowing. You know what I'm saying? So you're no longer a victim anymore. You're not, like, you know what I'm saying? You are inviting the toxic behavior in. So to me, I feel like that makes you toxic to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need healing. You need to find focus, need to find worthiness, you know, to like, boom, and now you're fighting with this person, you're arguing with this person, you're mimicking their behavior.
Okay.
So if they're toxic, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Lynch, what you think about that?
I don't think they're toxic. I think they're traumatized. And it's hard to, and I'm sitting here trying to think how to word this. When you open up that let's say the sex chakra, that heart chakra, certain things, certain energies, certain emotions get opened up. And some people have a hard time controlling it where others don't. And that creates sometimes a level we call toxicity. You know what the fuck I'm saying. And being a victim does not make you toxic. And I think that's what we got to keep in mind. If you're a victim of abuse, whether it's physical, mental, you're a victim. And you should not be blamed for being a victim of something. You know, you need to help. You be here, and sometimes being a victim of something, you can't see. That victim sometimes you can't see what we may see on the outside. Perfect example is we've seen people who are drug abusers. For me, I can't see doing no crack cocaine and being out here like that. But that person that's doing that drug does not see themselves how we see them because they're under the influence. And so sometimes when you're under the influence of trauma and love, I mean, it can appear that you're allowing this, but you're under the influence of trauma and love. So that person needs help, they need healing, but same thing as that person that's smoking crack, that's begging for change or whatever. You can only put them in so many rehabs until they wake up and say, self, start with the S again, myself, I want to change. But when you're dealing with trauma, I think those people are traumatized. And a lot of us don't know how to deal and heal from trauma. And sometimes you find ourselves going back to the thing that hurts us because sometimes that's all we know.
Okay, that's a good point. No, that's definitely a good point to look at it. I think, you know, I mean, my observation is, you know, like you keep doing the same thing over, it's insanity. And maybe people can't see it, but here I feel like in some ways they can, because if you're saying like, oh my God, I don't know why I take this, I don't know why I do this or whatever, like he sold this, he sold that, or she sold it, she sold that, or whatever like that. If you are putting it out there, it's like, I'm a strong believer and I've had massive amounts of trauma, and I have went back to bad situations, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh God, this is like, but I don't think that sometimes we as people that are on the other end, we don't hold ourselves accountable either. You know what I'm saying? And you put all that energy or blame or whatever, whether being a victim or not, on the other person. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, you go to your people for help, you go to this, you try to get help or whatever like that. Some people, you know, it's like they feel, I don't know. They feel like they're not the blame anymore. And I still feel like you have to, and I hate the word blame. I love saying hold yourself accountable, you know, like putting yourself in certain situations, your children, your whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got to find that accountability because it's a part of the healing to help you get out. And if you don't want to hold yourself accountable, sometimes it's very hard to not see it as toxic.
I mean, that's the problem.
Go ahead.
That's the problem with just people that are not in relationships. Just in life itself, nobody wants to say, "Hey, you know what? I messed up. I'm wrong." You know, and think about when you work on certain jobs. Who did this over here? Or everybody has a reason why they did something. So it's not about sometimes being accountable in this situation. Most people don't want to be held accountable
in life.
In life.
No, that's true.
And so that is what you're seeing there, especially in a relationship. Yeah, I don't want to, because I don't want to let this love go.
Right.
And I don't want to say I can't do this anymore, because it still mean the heart what the heart wants, and it's love is the most powerful drug. You know,
So
you
I got
think
a question.
that's something that's not manufactured.
Yeah.
Right. So I got a
That's
question, and then after you answer the question, I got a statement. Right. I got a point to make. I'm gonna ask
for me or for him?
Yeah, for you, Miss BBC. And then I got a point to make. So you said you've been through that before, right? So were you toxic in that situation?
Yes.
Okay. So what about the people? What about the people that don't say, "Woe is me"? He does this or she does that, or they do this and they do that. What about the people that don't say that? That don't confide in their friends, saying they ain't no good, but I keep going back and all that. What about the people that don't say that to anybody, but still stay in that situation or continue to go back?
I mean,
are
I
they
can't
still toxic?
I feel like they are. But I feel like even if they don't say it to other people, they say it to themselves, because the mirror don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at yourself from being manipulated, abused, or whatever like that, the mirror doesn't lie. And it's like you feel that, but then, like he said, some people be so caught up in that, you know, sexual vibe or love vibe where, you know what I'm saying, it's hypnotic, and they're like, but I love this person. You know what I'm saying? But I love them. That's toxic. I'll rather be abused and be ugly and be manipulated and feel stupid and not be seen with him in public and everything like that, because I love this person so much. I love this person so much. Fuck me, but yay them. That's toxic.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. So I still wouldn't consider them toxic. I would consider it falling for that pattern. Some people just need to get out of their own way sometimes.
It's true.
Over situations. Because like I said, I wouldn't say that because like the question was, is everybody toxic? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think everybody is toxic. I don't believe that. Oh, hey, we got to chime in. So listen, my girl, hey, baby, Lisa chimed in and said, being a victim who hasn't found their self-worth doesn't make a person toxic. We all take different lengths of time to finally learn a lesson in life. Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one. And I'm not saying you're toxic to people. I'm saying you're toxic to yourself. Okay. But everybody, I get that part, yeah. No, I was explaining to her. But you know, everybody is not going to agree, and that's fine. That's just my point of view of it. I'm like, we all have some type of toxicity within ourselves, within any situation. You know what I'm saying? And it was like just something that was revelated to me. And I'm like, oh wow, like thinking about it. And it was because people confide, you know, and people, you see things all the time. And I'm like, dang, like to somebody, like, okay, how you're very sarcastic or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, and to somebody else, that's probably like super irritating, you know, or whatever like that. It's like, you know, but that's sarcastic. It's not like you're just, you know, just trying out there like I'm gonna hurt everybody on purpose or whatever like that. But that might really get under somebody's skin. You know what I'm saying? They're like, God, he's always sarcastic. He always hurt my feelings. Every time I'm just trying to express something to him, he's being sarcastic or whatever like that, you know, or whatever. If that aggravates you and you don't like that about that person, but you keep dealing with them, are you being toxic to yourself? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're getting your feelings hurt. You don't like that he does it. It makes you feel bad about yourself. It makes you feel, you know, weak and like you can't express yourself or whatever like that. You're minimizing yourself for this person. It's like, that's a toxic behavior to yourself. So, you know, not you being toxic to her.
Yeah, I get it. But what as a human being, you tell somebody you don't like what they do before you just, you know what I'm saying? Say they toxic.
No, I'm saying it's like she telling you. I'm saying, let's say she tell you like, I don't like when you be sarcastic. And you like, fuck it, this is me. This is just me. I ain't being abusive to you. I'm just whatever. And she like, I don't like it. But every time you do it, it shuts her down or makes her feel bad or whatever like that, you know, because women have really different sentimental, you know, sensitivities and, you know, or whatever. But I'm saying if she doesn't like that about you and you're not changing that and she stays, that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? To me, just my own point of view.
But I don't think that would be toxic if they stays. That just means they gotta like learn to deal with it and know I'm not being mean.
Fuck that. Absolutely not. If you're hurting my feelings and you're making me feel like I can't speak, and every time I say something, you're shutting me down or whatever like that, and you feeling bad about yourself or whatever like that. But that's like you whooping my ass and fucking me. I'm not a horse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I'm not going. You making me feel bad about myself, bad about speaking to you. I'm a communicator, and I can't ever say anything because you're like yeah, or that's stupid as fuck or something. No, to me that's just. I don't want to be around somebody that make me feel bad about myself.
I think that's a bad example to me, just to me, because I think that's a bad example. Somebody being sarcastic is not like, being mean to somebody or anything like that.
No, I'm saying
verbally abusive.
But
they're verbally abusive.
Sarcasm has a mighty level. I'm not saying you as your sarcasm is, you be being funny, I think. But but I'm saying there are some people that are so sarcastic, like everything you say, they just like shut you down and cut you off and, being whatever. I just using that as the example because you can be very sarcastic.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, if somebody makes you feel like you can't express yourself, talk or whatever like that, and they're always just like snap, 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 you feel down and you can't speak. And I know somebody's in that situation right now, and this is why I brought that up.
No, I got you.
That to me, and you stay. To me, that's like you're being mean to yourself. That's toxic behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's just to me. I'm not. No, everybody doesn't gonna agree, but yeah.
We're talking about opinions anyway. Lisa chimed in. She said, "But sarcasm isn't the same as shutting someone down or insulting them." Then she followed up with, "What you're describing is verbal abuse, not a sarcasm."
But sarcasm can be very verbally abusive.
Even sarcasm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like joking. Verbal abuse is what you.
But some people,
if you're shutting down based on what somebody is saying,
sarcasm is not joking all the time. It's massive levels to sarcasm, and I know I learned this in therapy because I used to be very sarcastic, but it would be like with truth. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So sarcasm has a level. Sarcasm can be minimizing, like, yeah, you come on, BBC, because he'll go like, come on, BBC, like, come with a good story. But I know because he knows that I would tell a story that's very traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? But I know he's not being mean. But there's some people that use sarcasm as a weapon. And I was one of those people. And when we went through it and she showed me different levels of sarcasm all the way up to verbal abuse. So
all right.
That's the only reason I'm
again on this, sir?
I mean, if you're allowing somebody to abuse you or you choose to be in a situation where you don't feel good, I don't think it's toxic. I think it's just more stupid. Flat out, just to be honest. It's just
right.
You're around somebody that does not
worse than toxic. Like
that makes you. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, if I don't like you personally, I'm not coming around you. I'm sorry. Why want to come around?
That part,
male or female. Like
that part.
And if you, I'm just. I understand when you come up with the toxic part, but let's call it what it is. Like, why would you go? And a lot of times it's relationship driven. I get that. I understand when affairs that are hard come, and that changes the dynamic of what we're talking about. Nice. But at the end of the day, if you're around somebody that don't make you feel good, that don't make no sense to me. And that's just my opinion.
So I guess in that situation, they would be being toxic to themselves because they keep coming around dealing with that bullshit that they don't like. So I'm going to say this. If I'm toxic, it's because I know I'm the shit. So, if that's toxic, I'm toxic.
Oh, irritating.
Stop being sarcastic.
I'm being straight up.
Oh my gosh.
I'm being
Oh my
straight up.
gosh.
I know I'm the shit. Like, hey, you know, deal with it how you want. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Feel me?
goodness. Okay. Next topic.
All right, next topic. All right, next topic are your thoughts. So listen, I want to get everybody's thoughts on this. I see we got a lot of couches still here tuning in. Keep staying with us. I need to know your opinion on this particular subject. I want to know your thoughts on this situation. Listen, a list of things women need for maintenance goes viral. Women's maintenance: wax $60, nails and toes $75 to $130, hair $80 to $400, facials $60 to $150, brows $12 to $30, lashes $80 to $120. That $100 you trying to send is not enough, sir. I want to know everybody's thoughts on this. Is this an accurate list? What do they mean by women's maintenance? Like they're a fucking car? Like, do we got to get the engine oil changed and the tires rotated because they're that expensive? Or like I'm trying to figure out where, because like we talked about a list of restaurants females don't want to take you to anymore, and now
Yeah,
we
we
got
did
a
talk
list
about that.
the women needs for maintenance, right? Like a women's maintenance. Like if I gotta give you $60 for a wax, you know what? Let's do the fucking math on this shit. Let's do the math on this shit. We'll go to low end. We'll do the low end. $60 for the wax, $75 for the nails and toes, right?
Right.
We'll do low end, $80, which it don't be $80. I remember I used to pay like fucking $80 in like 99, 2001. So I know the $80, that's the low end. So we'll do $80, $60 for facials, right? We'll do $12 for brows. I don't know why they want to put, snuffleupagus on their eyelashes, but people do that. So then we'll do $80 for lashes again, right? So it's hair, facials, brows, lashes, right? That is a total of $367. Now, is this a week, every 2 weeks, or even a month?
Depends on the woman, actually.
And then the comment says that $100 you trying to send is not enough, sir. Like, when the fuck have people started to say, you have to take care of me, but I'm not doing shit for you?
Right.
That's my real question.
Go.
So let's break this all the way down. Let's read all that breakdown. All right. At the end, it says, look at the picture and look how she answered. The $100 you're trying to send me is not enough, sir. So the word sir, that means she's talking to an old man. She's talking to an old man. And if your old ass is trying to talk to my young fine ass, it's going to cost you, old man, some money. So that's how I really deciphered. But to answer your question, a woman's self-care, I'm not frugal. I'm not a miser. I'm not rich. I'm not poor. I've been blessed in life, but I don't have a Ferrari parked outside. I have an American car parked outside, that I was able to pay for and afford, within my budget lane. Right?
There you go.
And I won't say it like this. A friend of mine was going to go buy a car one day. This before I sold cars. And she asked me to come with her. And I declined. I said, why am I coming to the car dealership to help you, to be with you to buy a car? I'm not helping you pay for it. So what you need me there for? In other words, you and the car people is your business and none of my business. So how much you pay your hairdresser, how much you pay your wax, you heard the word you, how much you pay to make yourself look beautiful and pretty, ain't none of my business. It's none of my business. Now, if this little $100 don't help you pay for the self-care that you need because I'm being magnanimous today and gifting you with $100, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to beg you to take my money. And that is a list of criteria that I need to even consider you or dating you, let me just take you off the list.
All right.
Because obviously, as you heard me say earlier, this is my wrong lane. This ain't the lane I need to be riding in. And that's the problem is it's too many lanes who've been riding in the wrong lane, paying for that bullshit, is letting them allow to get that away. And that's my 2 cents on that stuff.
Okay. Let me come chime in or whatever like that. I mean, I've always had like guys do stuff for me, you know what I'm saying? But I never expected it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like, and the vibe is the vibe. You know, I just feel like men do for women that they want to do for. My father always taught me that. Men do for women what they want to do for, but it is not an expectation for you to pay for my wax or whatever. Honestly, I'd rather for you to do my wax. I don't really, you know what I'm saying, to me, cocking up in front of somebody, and you know what I'm saying, this female or whatever like that, like, boom, I worked in a beauty salon or whatever like that, I'm gonna buy the product, like, maybe we should try that, you know what I'm saying, first of all. So, period. Second of all, it's like, I find it that women, okay, I was watching this video the other day and I meant to send it to you. And it was basically like this guy, he was interviewing women. He was like, if a guy took you out to dinner and while y'all at dinner, y'all order, you know, stuff or whatever like that. But when it's time to pay the bill, his card declined. What is your next move? And every woman that he interviewed were just like, oh, one was like, I'm gonna pay for myself. One was like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm walking up leaving. And another was like, oh, I'm calling somebody else to come get me or whatever. And I thought it was so terrible because I'm like, you know, you don't know what his situation was. Like,
did you say so terrible?
But
what if he wasn't broke? What if it was a test?
He had exceeded his credit.
Right. Or what if it was a mistake? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, something like,
pull the other card out.
I'm just saying. You don't know someone's situation.
In your situation, if you are dating, you better have more than one form of payment.
Yeah, you should. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like
in 2024, you better have one.
What if all his bills came out of his account at one time or something?
Then you should know when you
but I would have paid. Because I'm like, damn, I would have felt bad for him. Like, I don't want you.
That's a real flag.
Not really. You
can't manage your money. That means you ain't got no money.
I don't agree. I feel like situations happen for people. You know what I'm saying? What if somebody robbed his account? Like, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, I would have paid because I'm like, I don't want you to sit there looking stupid or whatever like that. And I probably wouldn't have went out with him again. But I mean, just out of generosity, I find that sometimes women are so selfish. As a woman,
you right now. I mean, looking out on that.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like women expect, like, oh, and it's like, of course, it has been prone to men take care of women. You know, men are providers or whatever like that. But I think women are taking that to a whole nother level of fuckery and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't expect you to pay to get my hair done and pay and this and whatever like that. I don't expect you to do it. But if you did, you know, drop $100 or whatever like that, it'll be nice. You know what I'm saying? If you did do something and pay for my car or wanted to, you know, help out with that, it would be nice. I don't expect you to because those things still are going to get done without you.
It is not enough for her, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got some people chiming in. Eb Jones in the building. What up, sis? She says, sir really no longer has anything to do with age. Most time it's more of a check. And then she said, like, oh no, sir. Right. And then Lisa chimed in and said, what is she waxing? Because that's cheap. That's hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah.
My thing is,
waxes are like $150.
I mean, if you go to the right spot, but so I kept giving the big eyes because like I'm not trying to rip off the wrong thing and do it wrong and shit. You can go to the professionals. That's why I still get my oil.
I'm gonna talk you through it. All wax is different. There are several different waxes.
I still go to the oil change places myself, and I'm about to have nobody talk me through doing my own oil change, even though I know how. I just don't want to do it. I'm not about to get under my car and sit there and have somebody talk me through it. But the thing I want to say is, a lot of these females that chime in on that, saying they need this for maintenance and that for maintenance and this for maintenance and that list for maintenance, are a lot of the females that are single. Don't have
broke as fuck.
They keep trying to sleep around. They keep trying to find that bag in some man instead of getting their own shit and being happy with themselves. A lot of those women are looking for somebody else to make them happy. Again, people, no one is supposed to make you happy. You're supposed to find happiness in yourself, and somebody adds to your happiness. So with these dumbass lists, you're going to continue to look for dumb ass shit, and you're going to be in that cycle and that pattern that you're looking for, and then you're not going to like it, and then you're going to be on that toxic level that Miss BBC was talking about. So everybody needs to do better, live better, and look for their own happiness, and then you can add happiness to yourself. Like, I had a conversation with somebody here recently, because I always tell people I'm a lot of people's unlicensed therapist because I don't want to go back to school and get the license, but I'm good at what I do. And they asked me something, and they were talking, and I'm listening, and they listen, they talk, and I'm still listening. I'm not saying nothing. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, let me ask you a question. Do you think that somebody didn't deal with the hurt and trauma that something caused them in order to get past to let you actually in? And next thing you know, it was literally like a 30-second silence because it finally sank in. And I'm like, dude, you got to find your own happiness first before you can have somebody else be happy. Like, you're supposed to add to your happy. Keep pointing at that H, Mr. Lynch, because you got to be happy with yourself.
No, real shit.
Somebody else can actually add to your happiness.
Yeah.
If you're happy with yourself, you gonna always be searching and looking and making these dumbass lists to try to make yourself happy, and you never are going to accomplish that feat.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is, you know, because
I agree.
For one, I'm not paying for maintenance for no female, first off. For two, I'm gonna do what needs to be done for the person I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that maintenance shit? Like, I still don't understand these people talking about, oh, maintenance. You got to do this and you got to do that. Be with you. I'm looking for the bag. Look for the bag by your damn self. Get the bag by your damn self, and then find somebody to add value or add happiness to yourself. Because until you do that, you will be searching and looking and searching.
And here's another thing. Women are always talking about men. Women are always talking about, oh, he don't want to be in a relationship, but he wants the relationship stuff. That's literally the same fucking thing. Like, and then that ain't even relationship stuff. You're talking about materialistic, you know, fuckery and bullshit. You ain't saying, hey, let's pay bills, let's build a business together, like add in on this energy or whatever like that. You're like, oh, get my nails hair done or whatever like that. It's like, that's just frivolous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean so superficial. It doesn't mean anything or whatever. Like, I mean, everybody wants to
get my cheap wax done. The $80 cheap wax.
Yeah, everybody wants to be taken care of. But if you're asking like, hey, step to the plate and do this, what are you doing? And most of them can't cook. 60, you know what I'm saying? They don't clean. They ain't doing no laundry.
It's Julia Roberts' fault.
And most of them can't even suck dick. They can't suck dick either. They ain't even good fuck. Pussy blown out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they talking about
Julia Roberts' fault.
Julia Roberts.
It's terrible. Yeah. Okay. And let's get on. Okay. So let's bring that. But Julia Roberts provided a service. Right? He hired her to do it. She did every fucking thing. Made sure when he came home from her business, she had the little tie on and like that. She was doing the freaky snicking and making sure like she ordered the food up to the thing, you know, like she came with the vibes. You know what I'm saying? They ain't coming with nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't even go to a strip club and get a good show from some of these females. They just sat in there flapping their ass. Yes, sir.
I said they coming with headaches. That's what they coming with.
No, for real. So, no, I don't think
Couchers, what do you think? Couchers, chime in on this because we almost done. Chime in on this. What are your thoughts on this? I need to know what are your thoughts on this list. Do you think you need a maintenance list, or are you on the side with us that maintenance shit is bullshit? I mean, it's almost like that fact where, like, you know, you talking about the independent women and anything like that, you know, they can do for themselves and all that. Like, I don't think that's a thing anymore because people are making these fucking lists. Like, I need this, I need that, I know what I'm worth. I know
it's in the music and these reality TV shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm independently dependent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I say that all the time. Like, you know, I want a vibes of uprisement, togetherness, building together, or whatever like that. Of course, I want to be taking care of
together.
Right, but I'm a natural nurturer, so I always do that. My father, you know, the rest of them believe, and this is a term, a person that doesn't expect anything deserves everything. You know what I'm saying? And right now, a lot of these people, all these women are single. They're like, oh, I'm single because I don't want to deal with this. But like, it goes into that, you know, same pattern bullshit. And if you're in the same pattern, talking about something, he got to do this for me. He got to do this, and this. And especially superficial shit. That's why you getting fucked in back of cars and in back of clubs. And he only makes sure he only bring you to that one side of the family house. And then, or he never take you out in public and take you on a date.
He done paid $60 for that fake wax, right? And then got you a $35 discount for the nails, and then didn't get your hair done, did your facial, and then got your brows where you look like Snuffleupagus, and then the lashes he paid like $50 for, and then he hitting you in the back of the Cadillac and sending you home with some Burger King. So I mean, it's like, what the fuck?
With an FWA, a stanky wet ass.
So I like, listen, Mr. Lynch, I think I'm gonna make a list.
So I think I'm gonna make a
list so I can go viral. My maintenance is you gotta pay my rent, you gotta pay my car note, you gotta pay my insurance, and you gotta pay at least one of my utility bills, gas or electric. Pick one. Other than that, I can't fuck with you. Like, what? I mean, like, it's this shit stupid.
Yeah, go for it. See if it works. It might work. Hey, closed mouths don't get fed. You might get that.
Hey, that's what my dad always told me. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Hey, it may work, but I might make me a list, you know.
He about to put that up on Instagram. Right. I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Hey, let's like, I need groceries.
Mine is easy. Groceries. Better start with food. The basics, right? Water.
Groceries. New York water. DJ fee paid for my next
it's gonna take me, feed me. I'm good, you know. I'm low maintenance. I can get my own haircut.
I do my own.
That ain't low maintenance. Food is expensive as shit.
Yeah, right. Give me the food. Give me the days.
Lisa chimed in. She said, "What does she look like without all of this, though?" Yeah, that's the thing. What does she look like without all this?
That's a good question, Lisa.
Baby, that's why you better pay. You don't want to see me without this, sir. Sir, if you want to continue seeing this, it's gonna cost you. Because after 12 o'clock, I turn into a pumpkin or a gremlin. So it costs money to keep me from turning into a gremlin, sir. Sir, gotta add that sir.
Sir.
Sir. That's the word of the week, sir.
Right. Excuse me, sir.
Oh my gosh! Listen, this was a fun fucking episode, Mr. Lynch. Man, thank you for coming to the couch, my
man. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate y'all thinking of me. I enjoyed every minute of it. Like I say, hey, well, thanks again. I appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. One more time, man. Give all your social medias and how they can come to the trap. What is it? Trap. Ladies love trap.
Pretty girls love Misfit Yoga. So Trap Yoga Flow. All right. You can go to Misfit MISFIT _yoga YOGA. You can see me on the hat in my profile picture. Follow me there. You can click the link in my bio to get tickets. Also, you can also go to the Yoga Lab in Cleveland Heights, pay there in person, and go to the Yoga Lab's website. You can get your spaces there. Hurry up. It's going to be the hottest yoga class in Cleveland, or say Northeast Ohio. And get there because it's going to sell out soon. I would love you guys to share your practice and love with me as well. All right.
Hey, I like it. I like it. I like it. My guy, I appreciate it. I like it. And you already know what time it is. It is time for the close.
Wait, you ain't do fucked up news. We ain't got nothing.
We didn't do that this week. We had too much fun with the your thoughts. So
okay.
I figured we was gonna do that. I'll probably bring it back next week, maybe week after. We'll figure it out. It is that time. Your close, something you can ponder on until the next time you see us live on Facebook and YouTube live on the Just Therapy Beat podcast, or next day on Spotify. So I close this evening. I'm gonna have Mr. Lynch break it down in his own words, and I'm still trying to figure out which one I'm gonna do because they both fire. But your close, something you can ponder on until the next time. Here we go. So I'm gonna do this one. Don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them. I'm going to say it one more time. Don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them. Mr. Lynch, break that down in your own words, my brother.
In other words, don't wait for that phone call. Go create your phone call. Because sometimes that phone call you're waiting on to give you the opportunity may not come. Go create the opportunity that you get that phone call. Faith without works is dead.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm glad I did.
For yourself.
I like that. I like that. Yes. Hey, once again, man, hey, we appreciate you coming to the couch, man. Much love, man. I'm gonna definitely check out one of your yoga sessions. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the trap yoga. Trap music is just woo, but I'm gonna try my best to try to make that one. I still gotta hit Miss Murphy's class and do all that. Maybe I'll come to that class. Hopefully Miss Murphy will be there, and then I'll be like, hey, they said you was gonna be here, so we'll figure it out. But I'm definitely gonna have to come check you out. But listen, I am rooting for you. Keep doing your damn thing, man. I appreciate your story. Great story, great episode. Thank you so much for coming to the couch, my brother.
All right, bro. Peace.
Always, always. Miss BBC, what you got, baby?
If no one has told you today, I love you, I believe in you, and I want you to win.
All right. And as always, one thing you can never get back is time. And I want to thank you for spending your time with us on the couch. We'll see you next week. God willing, we out. Y'all, peace. We out.
Bye-bye.
MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go.